Who created the laws of physics? Vertical bar, chance, necessity, or mind? Before the first atom, before the first star ignited, before time itself began to tick, there were laws, invisible, impeccably precise, unwritten yet unbreakable. Why is gravity always attractive? Why does light have a speed limit? And why that one? Why does the electron weigh exactly what it does? No more, no less. Who decided the rules? Scientists can describe the laws of physics, they can test them, use them, even predict the future with them. But not one can tell you where they came from. Were they born from chaos? Emerged from nothing? Are they just there, waiting to be discovered? Or were they chosen, designed, programmed, written into the fabric of reality by something or someone? Open your eyes and look around. Everything, from falling apples to orbiting galaxies, follows precise, elegant equations. E equals sign, mc2f equals sign, Marsh-Schrodinger's equation, Maxwell's laws, the Standard Model. The entire cosmos dances to mathematics. But here's the riddle. Why is reality describable at all? Why is it not chaotic, random, undefined? Why can particles and planets alike obey a language we understand, the language of maths? Eugene Wigner, a Nobel laureate in physics, once called this the unreasonable effectiveness of mathematics in the natural sciences. He couldn't explain it. No one truly can. It's as if the universe was built to be understood, as if the cosmos itself is thinking. Numbers don't just describe reality. They seem to be embedded in it, like blueprints, like source code. The question is, who's the coder? The universe could have been different. Gravity could have been weaker or stronger. The electromagnetic force a little more intense, and stars would burn out in seconds. A little less, and they'd never ignite. The ratio of the electron to the proton mass, the strength of the strong nuclear force, the rate of cosmic expansion, the cosmological constant. These aren't random numbers, they're perfectly balanced, like a cosmic symphony. Change just one by a fraction of a fraction, and there would be no galaxies, no stars, no planets, no life. This is known as fine-tuning, and it's not a metaphor. It's real, measurable, undeniable. Physicist Paul Davies once said, "The impression of design is overwhelming." So we ask again, why these laws? Why these values? Was it blind chance, a cosmic lottery, or necessity, the only way reality could be? Or was it choice, not ours, not nature's, but someone's, a mind beyond time and matter, a will that wanted life to exist and made a world that could hold it? We cannot prove such a mind in a lab, but the laws whisper as if they were chosen, not by chaos, but by meaning. Some scientists are uncomfortable, not with the data, but with what the data might imply. If the universe is fine-tuned, too perfect for randomness, then maybe, just maybe, someone tuned it. But not everyone is ready to ask that question. So they ask a different one. What if there are infinite universes? Welcome to the multiverse. In this view, our universe is just one amongst billions, each with its own laws, constants, even dimensions. In most of them, stars collapse instantly. In others, atoms never form. But in a rare few, everything is just right, like ours. And we're here because we happen to live in one of those lucky few. It sounds clever, it sounds scientific, but there's a problem. There's no evidence. No telescope has ever seen another universe. No experiment has proven their existence. The multiverse can explain anything, which means it explains nothing. It's not a theory, it's a story. So we're left with a choice. Did we win the ultimate cosmic lottery? Or is there something or someone behind the laws that allow us to ask the question? In trying to avoid the idea of a creator, some invent infinite worlds. But maybe, just maybe, one was enough, if it was made on purpose. Long before telescopes, long before particle colliders, before quantum theory or relativity, There were philosophers, and many of them believed something shocking, something that modern science is slowly rediscovering, that mind comes first and matter comes later. Plato believed the physical world was just a shadow, a pale imitation of perfect immaterial forms. The deepest truths, he said, were not physical but intelligible. Pythagoras thought numbers ruled the universe, not in a metaphorical way, but literally. Reality was mathematical, logical, and ultimately mental. Descartes, centuries later, wrote, "I think, therefore I am." He began with thought, with consciousness, not atoms. Even Kant, the strict rationalist, believed our minds shape the way we see the universe. Time, space, cause and effect. They are not out there. They are in here, in us. These thinkers weren't mystics. They were some of the most rigorous minds in history, and many believed something profound, that consciousness is not a product of matter, but its origin. Today, quantum physics flirts with similar ideas, that observation changes reality, that the universe behaves differently when it is watched. It seems mind and matter are not separate. And maybe, just maybe, the universe was born not from particles but from purpose. If the universe is a book, then who wrote it? If the laws of physics are code, then where is the programmer? If reality is a language, then who spoke the first word? Some say it's chance, some say it's necessity, some say it just is. But is that enough? Can a painting exist without a painter? Can a song arise without a composer? Can meaning emerge from silence? We see design, we feel purpose, we ask questions, because we were made to ask. The universe is not cold, it burns with intention. Every constant, every equation, every atom feels like it was placed, not just present. The laws do not explain themselves, they point beyond, not to mythology, not to fantasy, but perhaps to mind, to intellect, to a will that chose beauty over chaos, order over randomness, and life over lifelessness. Maybe what we call physics is just the shadow of something deeper, not less real, but more, not less scientific, but more complete. Maybe the true mystery of the universe is not the laws we find, but the author behind them. A law is not just a pattern, it's a command. Gravity says objects must attract. Light says you must move at this speed. Quantum fields say behave like this, not that. But here's the real question. Can there be a law without a lawgiver? Think of mathematics. The rules don't bend. You can't vote to change them. You don't invent them. You discover them. But who put them there? The universe is not just matter. It's governed. It obeys. But to obey means there was something to obey. Some scientists say these laws just exist, but existing isn't the same as enforcing. Existing isn't meaning. A stone can exist, but a law needs mind, a law needs authority. It implies a source. The question is ancient and still unanswered. What's behind the code? What's behind the consistency? What is the source of this governed order? And could that source be someone? What if we've been asking the wrong question? Not what caused the universe, but what is the universe? Some philosophers, from ancient India to Greece, from Augustine to Berkeley, believed the material world is not the base layer. It is the expression of something higher. What if reality is not matter but mind? What if space and time, particles and forces are not objects but ideas? What if we are living not inside a machine, but inside a mind? This isn't fantasy, it's philosophy, it's physics, it's history, and it's personal. Because if the universe is a thought, then so are we. And if we are thoughts, that means we were thought of. That means we are meant. You've just walked through one of the greatest mysteries ever asked. Not what is the universe made of, but why does it make sense at all? We've explored laws that seem too precise to be accidental, equations that echo the mind of a designer, minds that question the very fabric of existence, and whispers, silent but deep, that there is more. We've seen that behind every what, there's a why. And behind every law, there may be a lawgiver. Not a figure of myth, not a projection of fear, but a real and rational mind beyond the equations, beyond time, beyond the visible. Could the universe be more than machinery? Could you be more than chemistry? Could this very moment, you watching, you thinking, be part of a design? In a world chasing distractions, you've chosen to stop and think, and maybe, just maybe, that's the beginning of something bigger. This channel isn't here to give final answers. It's here to ask the right questions, to awaken the wonder, to defend the mystery. If you felt something shift inside you today, if your thoughts were challenged, if your soul stirred, then don't let it end here. Subscribe. Join us on this journey of mind, mystery and meaning, because as Socrates once said, the unexamined life is not worth living. And here on Just Think, we examine it together.